Okay, right. So, hello and welcome to Skylines Talk. Oh my god, I think someone shot Leno. Hello?
Oh, my bad. I dropped something on my keyboard.
Good way to start. Hello and welcome to Skylines Talk, the new chat show for City Skylines, where we'll go behind the Sims and meet some of the brightest, most creative minds in the City Skylines community. Find out what makes them tick and maybe even learn a tip or two. Who am I? I'm Bon Bon B, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Skylines Talk.
What's up? Thanks for the invitation. I just want to say thank you for this to connect different members of the Skylines community.
Oh, thank you very much for that. So, before we rattle on any further, I've always read your name in my head as King Leno. Is that correct?
Well, it's actually King Leno from the UK. It doesn't matter. Y'all pronounce things differently anyway, so.
Well, absolutely. I would say that it hadn't even dawned on me until suddenly I realised that you've got Jay Leno over there, and then my whole mental reading capacity went out the window. So yes.
Yeah, I always tell people it's like Jay Leno.
Yeah, that's cool. So do you want to go by that name on the show, or do you want to use your regular day-to-day names? Up to you.
Yeah, King Leno is fine.
Fantastic. So where did you get the name from?
Actually, Leno is actually my middle name, and King is just a generic that I added a long time ago.
I'm with you. So can you tell me a little about your personal background, like where you come from and what you do for a living?
Well, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee in the United States. I'm a licensed clinical mental health therapist in my full-time job. I spend a lot of time doing that. Also, I like to paint and draw, and I like to travel.
Oh, cool. Anywhere interesting?
Really, actually, I haven't been outside the United States before, outside of cruises, so that's something that I look forward to doing in the future.
Oh, fantastic. So what games were you playing before City Skylines, and what led you into buying the game?
Before City Skylines, I think the last game that I played was like NBA 2K12 or maybe SimCity 2013. I don't really play any of those games very long. I usually play a video game for about 2 weeks and then move on to something else.
So other than the ability to mod, what aspects of the vanilla game sets it apart from its competitors in your eyes?
It's probably not a whole lot of aspects of the vanilla game that I enjoy that much. I will say that kind of sets it apart is just the size of the maps.
Yeah.
Because that was the main problem with SimCity 2013. And so just the size of the maps in the vanilla game kept me interested in the game until I actually started assets.
Fantastic. So on to asset creation, as you raised it. What was it that got you started on your first asset?
I think one of the things that got me to learn how to create assets was I was building a city and I wanted to create a commercial district. And all of the vanilla buildings just look almost the same. I wanted some American commercial buildings in the game. I just downloaded the 3D programs that I use. I decided I was going to do nothing for the next 2 weeks to import assets into. And so I basically cleared 2 weekends out of my schedule and then learning how to do asset creating.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So of all the assets that you've made, was there any single one that was unexpectedly challenging?
Man, there are just so many. The ones that I think are going to be so simple and usually something like a prop or a decal. And once I get started making it through all kinds of unexpected challenges, usually the simplest asset I spending a lot of time on. Usually the big assets, most of the times they're pretty easy, but small assets sometimes just takes a long time. You never know with the asset editor and dealing with some of the problems of the game what's going to take a long time.
So do you think there is some way of streamlining or otherwise improving the asset creation system? And if there isn't, what would you wish for?
I'm not exactly sure. I guess just a faster asset. There are a lot of problems with the asset editor in the game.
Hmm.
Kind of difficult to tell what the asset is actually going to look like and how it's going to function in game with just using the asset editor. So, I mean, whatever made to the speed of that. I have to use a different account with just to be able to load the asset editor with 3,000 assets now.
Hmm.
And the asset editor, import that many assets into the asset editor, it just takes a long time to load, and it does all kinds of crazy things. So there are a lot of improvements that could be made.
What software do you use, and can you take me, a complete noob, quickly through the process of actually making, say, a very simple asset?
I use SketchUp for the initial design and for the model. And then from there, I import Max, which I do the UV wrapping or UV unwrapping, and Photoshop to do the textures.
Hmm.
Edit a simple tutorial on creating a asset, and you can find it on my YouTube channel where I pretty much walk through of creating in SketchUp, Max, and then finally onto in City Skylines.
Right, I will make sure I put a link to that in the description if anybody wants to watch that. Right, do you have any assets or other City Skylines projects on the build right now, or anything interesting on the back burner?
Man, there's just so many assets that I have in the making. Right now I'm working on a few casinos on the Las Vegas Strip. And so that's kind of my main project that I'm working on right now. So many others. I just uploaded a few minutes ago, Bell's Bondsman shop. And so I really never know which asset that I'm working on is going to come out first.
Before we sign off at the end of this interview, I'll just let you know that I counted through all of your subscriptions, and have you got any idea how many total subscriptions of your assets there currently are?
Yeah. I don't believe with all 200 and something.
Yeah, I went through all of them, and you are one good asset short of 3 million subscriptions.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you count, then I'm probably past 3 million. My number one selling, or not selling, because I'm not making any money.
Yeah.
But my number one subscribed asset, the curb props, the first one,
Yeah.
I think it's like 70,000.
Yeah, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So is there anyone in the City Skylines community that you'd really like to see on the show in the next series?
I would probably say Fresh Popcorn from YouTube and Vanya.
Anybody else?
I would probably say Bloody Penguin. He's creator or modder in the community. I don't think any of us would be here without somebody like him.
Yeah, he'd be spot on there. If only I could find him. Right. Well, thanks for joining me. Happy building, and maybe we can do this again sometime in the future.
All right. Thank y'all so much. And everybody enjoy the holidays.